I kind of want Cakes for you to acknowledge.
Yes.
And I'm going to get the back patting machine out.
Okay.
That there was one guy here that said, and I, by the way, have admitted you could find me on audio saying I never quite understood what made Brian special in previous years, but in the preseason he looked like a different back.
Yep.
I don't know if it was just like being healthy or just the extra year of experience and everything. He just looked like it, and I said he looks like he's poised to have a big year. And when he's been healthy, he looks as explosive as he's looked as a Commander. And how many games do we have left?
4.
He's got 640. We got to get him over. We got to get him to that 1,000-yard threshold. He could do it.
He could do it.
He could easily.
He's got to have one big game though.
You got to have one big. If he has
thousands of.
He's got 640. He's 360 Cakes. That's 90 a game. But
he could do it.
Of course, if he has $150 one week, then the others you can slack. Maybe not carry it as much. He could do it.
I mean,
he could do it, but
he's
what is he averaging per game?
65.
I mean, that's a healthy leap to go from 65 to 90.
I know, but he just needs one big one. He just needs one big one to put him over. He's had 300-yard games.
He needs a few more like the Tennessee game.
Right.
The problem is he's had 3, I would say, duds.
The Dallas game killed him because he got hurt in that game.
That's when he had only 5 carries for 13 yards.
Right.
And then he had 7 for 18 against Cleveland.
Missed, 2 games? He missed 2 full games.
That
correct.
So, and then he had a bad one in week 1.
So if he gets to 1,000 or close to 1,000 in playing just 14 or 15 games, remarkable year. And his yards per carry is up to 4.6.
It's pretty good.
It was 4.1 last year, I believe.
If he could get to 900 yards and 10 or 11 touchdowns, he's got 8 touchdowns. He could get to 10 or 11 easy. That would be a really good year. That would be a really good year. I know you want to get to 1,000, but if you could get to like 900-ish, but double-digit touchdowns, that's really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's already had a good year with the touchdowns.
Yes.
I just feel like, even though it's
B-Rob,
not that big a deal, really, but it does. If you say you're a 1,000-yard rusher,
it still carries some cachet.
That takes you to another level.
Absolutely.
But in the era of where teams really rarely have the workhorse back, they like to split everything up. It is harder to get.
Could Jayden get to 700 rushing yards?
What does he have now? 500?
I believe he's at high 5s. Hold on. 590.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost in 4 games?
I'll bet you he gets there.
Take
the bet. You always take anybody.
That's just less than 30 yards per game.
Give me free money.
If he
free money.
If he plays all 4 games, that's 30 yards a game.
You said he wasn't going to play all
He's averaging
17.
45 yards a game. So,
right.
Yeah. I said what?
You also said he was going to get hurt this year.
I based that on all the injuries that the position has suffered in the NFL over the last year.
Now, he did get hurt this year.
He did. He missed a game, basically.
I mean, he missed.
So I was correct.
He didn't miss a start.
No, but he missed.
Yeah, but he missed the bulk of the Panthers game.
He missed 95% of that game.
Okay, but that wasn't a big deal. You thought he was going to miss significant time.
I thought he would miss
4 or 5 games.
I don't know if I said 4 or 5, but I thought he would miss time. Correct. All right, hold on. So you're saying $2 bet?
Yes.
All right, $2 bet. Jayden Daniels doesn't get to 700 rushing yards.
Yeah. All right, put it in the book, Valdez.
Just because I like the action.
Right. And I have a double or nothing on the kicker.
Zane Gonzalez, yes.
I say he's going to be perfect inside 51.
Correct.
And if he misses, I'm going to owe you $4.
That is correct.
Oh, no.
No,
not
be even.
Wash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
love that. I'm free rolling.
While we're predicting, I think it might just be a big overall Jayden game. Coming off the bye, rib is healthy, playing indoors.
Maybe he'll be as frisky.
Homecoming game.
Maybe he'll be as frisky with his legs as we've seen him since.
I think it's like he passes for 2, rushes for 1, rushes for over 50 yards.
Man,
passes for like 260.
You got him that's a huge fantasy day.
Yeah, I think it's a big day for him.
Yeah,
big one.
They need it.
Big one incoming. I'm not guaranteeing it, but there's down here. There's a tingle. I'm pointing. You see where I'm pointing?
Yeah.
The tingle is happening.
Yeah. The nether regions.
Yeah. There's a tingle down here.
You know what I would love? Just because I don't like I think he's been. I think he's on the whole been spectacular. Sorry. And that'll be a little bit much for some people. Mm-hmm. But I think on the whole, he's been spectacular. The thing that does irritate me, if anything does irritate me, is that people will throw that he doesn't have gaudy numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, by the time he's done, if he plays in all 4 of the remaining games, he's going to have around 30 total touchdowns.
I agree.
Those are pretty gaudy numbers for a rookie quarterback.
I would like a little gaudier. I need this to please me. I need a Josh Allen 6 touchdown game. I want a game.
Well,
an outlier.
That's just greed. That's full on greed.
It is. I just want one outlier, even a 4 touchdown game. I want an outlier to bump up to pad the stats a little bit to back up.
If there's one of those,
what my eyes are telling me.
This could be the one. Even though the Saints are pretty good about giving up points, this might be your Jayden Boom game.
Yeah,
I think your Jayden Boom game is incoming.
Let me look at his.
If he ends up with 20 passing touchdowns and 8 rushing touchdowns, that's a really good.
It's a fantastic rookie year,
of course,
dude. I think you
take that every time.
I think he's been spectacular. I know that's
I don't know
a
if
little
he's been
much.
I'm not going to say spectacular because spectacular. You're putting him in the elite level. And he hasn't been spectacular for the season because he's had some.
Well, hold on. How about
games.
In the context?
He's been very good.
As a rookie.
Okay, I think he's been very good.
I think that's the context.
I think he's been very good. Spectacular is.
But if I can get him, if I can get an outlier game, where he really just, even a couple gimmies.
Because if you're
just bump up that touchdown total a little bit.
If he was having a spectacular season, he would be averaging more than a passing touchdown per game.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I need an outlier game to bump that up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jason in Arlington. Jason, what's up, buddy? You're on with the Junkies. How are you, man?
Hey, Jason.
How's it going, you gents? I'm doing well. Listening to you guys for 20-plus years. So
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All I've known is misery in these 35 years. I have to refer back to Tom Lavero's book of oral history for any good memories. But back to kind of what what would scare me the most about kind of a dud against the Saints is I'm so tired of hearing this Bo Nix offensive rookie of the year comparison. I think the eye test, there's no contest. And I agree with the Tingle in the nether regions. I think that Jayden goes off 5 total all-purpose touchdowns in this game and just goes off.
Wow, 5.
I mean, that's going to cause more.
I'm going under the total on that one.
Yeah.
I think it's a coming out party, man. So I'm sick of hearing this Bo Nix chatter. I mean, it's no comparison. Behind closed doors, Sean Payton would swap them in a second.
I think he probably would.
He might,
yeah.
But he's certainly making Bo Nix a viable quarterback.
Of course, he would swap him out for Jayden. Of course, he would.
Doesn't matter. He can't do it. Bo Nix is having a really good year for a rookie.
And Caleb just got his coach fired.
Man, Caleb was so bad against the Niners.
Caleb didn't get his coach fired. The coach got the coach fired.
Caleb, in some of the clips I saw, looked like he was actively trying to run into defenders and get sacked.
Yeah, he got sacked a bunch.
It was brutal.
I'll tell you, my thing with Caleb has been from day one, he's going to be spectacular, and then he's going to be awful. He's just going to be a roller coaster, and I think that's proving to be the case.
He's very Jekyll and Hyde, especially over the last 2 games.
That's roller coaster.
Go back and watch some of the Lions game on Thanksgiving and the Niners game, and
they were never.
He makes you scratch your head, and then he'll come up with a spectacular play in the next play.
I think they've got major locker room issues.
Well, I'm sure they do.
And it started after the Hail Mary,
right?
Because that's when the downturn started.
Then the botched timeout and end of game against the Lions.
Yeah,
and then it just came to a head.
It's almost like they just gave up.
We shocked them so much that we sent them into just a complete tailspin.
Yep, they went in a free fall, which you love. Love when that happens. Love when you make other teams just tilt their faces off. Right. Fantastic.
Well, we better not lose to New Orleans, or we could be in a free fall.
Well, let's hope that's not the case.